All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here tonight at America House. My name is Tatiana. I work here as Events and Partnerships Manager, and it's my great honor to introduce to you our special guest who was brought by American Embassy to Ukraine, Susannah Wellford. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight, Susannah.
Here.
So over the past...
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you.
A round of applause for you. Over the past 16 years, Susannah Wellford has founded two organizations designed to raise the political voice of young women in America. In spring 2007, Ms. Wellford founded Running Start to inspire young women and girls to political leadership. Running Start furthers the work begun by the Women Under 40 Political Action Committee, which Susannah co-founded in 1999. It's a national women's group dedicated to electing young women to political office. Ms. Wellford speaks frequently to colleges, law schools, political groups, trade associations, and non-profits about the importance of involving more young women in politics. She has also lectured about politics to many international groups, including women from Kuwait, Southeast Asia, Korea, Bahrain, and Russia. And today she's here in Ukraine, in Kyiv, so please welcome her.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Would you mind if I sat instead of stood? So usually we're talking about public speaking today, and usually you always want to stand because your voice sounds better, you have more presence, but I'm tired. So you guys okay if I sit? Okay. All right. Okay. So, as you just heard, I'm Susannah Wellford. I've never been to Ukraine before. I've just been here for a week, and it's been a fantastic week. I've talked to how many? I was looking at Yulia back there. I think I've spoken to 15 different groups of mainly young women in Ukraine. So it's been great, and I've learned a lot about the country, which has been wonderful. So, okay, you guys are here tonight to actually learn something, not just to hear me speak, but actually to do a workshop. So are you all ready to actually participate and do a workshop with me? Okay. All right. So let me tell you what, and I'm going to center myself a little bit. So what I do back home and what I've done for the past 11 years is I train young women, and when I say young, I mean really young, so 14-year-old girls all the way up to 25-year-old young women, in the skills that they need to know in order to lead in politics. Because there are not enough women in politics in America, just like perhaps you all know, there are not enough women in politics in Ukraine or practically in any country in the world. And so my method of getting more women into politics and into leadership is to work with them at a really early age to give them the confidence that they need to be leaders so that hopefully they will step up and decide to run for office. And it's not easy to teach people how to be leaders, right? Because how do you teach it? The way that we do it is that we work a lot on the skills. So if you teach somebody the key skills, they will gain so much confidence in themselves that they will understand that they have what it takes to actually lead. So the top skill is what you all are doing here today. So if you cannot give a speech, if you can't message what you care about, then it's going to be very, very difficult for you to lead anywhere. I mean, so forget about politics, but even leading in your job, you need to be able to communicate effectively and most importantly, to connect with people, because that is the most important thing. If you don't connect with people, they're not going to follow you. So what we do is we have programs where we do exercises where we're not just lecturing to them, we're actually making our students stand up and practice these skills. And they hate it very much because it's hard to stand up on a stage and practice these things. Nobody likes public speaking. Most people don't like public speaking. But once they practiced it a few times, they realize that all of their fear of public speaking, they get over their fear because they realize they can do it and that they're better at it most of the time than they think they are. So that's what I want to do with you all today. And I actually have one big exercise and two sort of other parts of it. But what I would like to do first, because today is going to be very interactive, you can't just sit there quietly, is I would like to go around the room and have everybody tell me, please, what your name is, and then what you hope to learn today. Like, why are you here? So, and be brief because we have so many people. Oh yeah, and please always use the microphone because it's important for translation. Yeah, go ahead.
So I should talk in English or
Oh,
in Ukrainian?
so I
What's
have
the idea?
this crazy thing. So you can speak in whatever you'd like.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. So my name is
Oh, then,
Anastasia,
okay.
and I came here in order to learn how to overcome this kind of a fear when you stand and the great audience is listening to you. And personally, I have a problem when I start speaking and I'm getting really nervous. I start muttering or mumbling. And here I came just to find the keys or at least some tips how to overcome these things.
Okay, that's excellent. Thank you very much.
Hello, my
Hi.
name is Vika,
Hi, Vika.
and I came here to maybe to overcome some difficulties as well, because public speaking is not very easy, and I would like to maybe to learn some good tips and to learn how to behave.
What do you mean by that?
How to behave in public with when I have like public speaking or something like this.
Okay, great.
Hello, my name is Natalie, and I'm here as all of us to overcome such fears as public speaking, and me actually really have difficulties to message some points to people, some strange points. So,
Okay, well, we're going to work exactly on that and on this, but we're going to work on that. Yes.
Okay.
My name is Victoria, and my main aim to come here is the same that these girls have. I would like to know how to manage fears while speaking.
Yeah. Managing fear is such a big part of this. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Yulia. I'm director of NGO, but I'm really interested in politics a little
Are
bit,
you?
and I'm
That's so
interested
great. Yay.
question. Yeah,
Okay.
and I'm very like to speak. I like to be on the stage.
Okay, that's
I'm
so
enjoy
rare.
of this.
Okay.
And I already do even by English, but I'm teaching
Yeah.
physics and math, and I learned English just by myself, and it's my challenge now to speak by English. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, well, today you can practice.
Yes,
Yeah.
I can practice. Yeah. Thank
Okay.
you. Nice to meet you.
Okay, nice to meet you too.
Hi everyone, my name is Alexandra, and like you said, I think it's not only about public speaking, but like about communicating. And for example, lately I find myself that I meet lots of new people and like they're asking me something or like I have to ask them, and I'm always feeling awkward or like I don't know like what to say or kind of shy. So
Yeah.
plus it's always good to listen to I don't know, smart woman.
Okay,
Inspiring. Plus, I've
hope I
heard you
can-
have
I hope I can do
good
that.
presentations. So.
Oh, good. I hope so. All right, thank you.
My name is Yuri, and in my childhood I had a bad stammering effect when
Yeah.
I was speaking, and I still have some remnants of stammering effect, and I have come here to help me to overcome this defect in my speech.
So you don't sound like you have a stammer at all. And, oh, you've got someone right behind you. So my father is one of the best speakers that I know, and he had a very bad stammer as a child. So maybe at some point you can talk to us about how you overcame that, because that's an interesting story.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Svetlana. I'm currently a compliance professional, and as I'm trying to develop myself more in my profession, I face the necessity to make people follow myself.
Yes,
Like my
right.
team, my colleagues within the field, and people which I actually do not really know. And it's very difficult once you face some professionals in your in your field, like international professional and etc. And when you young woman,
Especially.
this is very important
Yeah.
to make people believe you and believe that you really understand how to deal, and you may teach and probably share your experience, no matter how old are you. So this is why I'm here.
So, I mean, and that's really the crux of what I do, is I take these women who are even much younger than you are and teach them how to have authority when they're speaking, so that people will listen to them and understand that they are a messenger who is saying something important. So yeah, so we'll definitely talk about that. Okay, thank you.
My name is Serkan. I'm a teaching assistant at the University of Leeds in England.
Oh,
And,
really? Wow,
yes,
cool.
my PhD
You're far from home?
Yeah, far from home. My PhD concerns itself with the kind of a Russophobia, and also I did some feministic studies in my master's.
Huh, cool.
Yeah, and I've been closely following you and your incursion, very initial step into the politics during the inauguration ball of the second.
Yeah.
And then also I've been closely familiarizing myself with the fact that you work for the Mr. Fowley.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. And then because focusing on the feministic studies, my concern and the fundamental purpose is to just to learn if the politics is a transferable skill within the light of the nepotism and the amounting sexism in the American society, and what kind of tenets, playing a prominent role in decision making, whether who is going to be re-elected. So, and then your stand against the Trump and stuff like this. So your ideological motivation and how far you progress yourself while and your motivation conducting all of this stuff,
Oh gosh, I mean that's a lot of topics, and yeah, hopefully I'll get to talk to you all about that, and if not, you can catch me. You can catch me after, because it's a fascinating time in America right now with. Anyway, I don't want to get off the track, but I mean with sexism happening, but at the same time with a big backlash from women, as you probably have seen with the Me Too campaign. So yeah, I'd love to talk to you about that. What do you want to learn today about public speaking? Yeah.
Actually, I'm doing a kind of journalism and writing for a couple of Russian and Turkish newspapers, some British organizations. I'm just here to observe and just to meet you because it's an outstanding moment and hear your stories and to see how the women in Ukraine also because not so many women are involved in the Ukrainian politics as well.
Right.
Just subjugation of women and subordination of the sexism and such issues, how the young generation approach to such thematical issues that are the massive challenge to the Ukrainian society.
Yeah.
And American help in sorting out this as a ex-senator worker for the Democrats, So interesting. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'd love to talk to you about it. And I love when men join this conversation. I think it's so important. And so you were saying that you studied a little bit of gender. You did some gender studies.
I did gender romanticism and gender studies, like 18th century English literature.
Oh, so cool.
So I'm just.
So you know a little bit. So I have twin sons who are 17 years old, and this year at their high school they're taking gender studies, which is so interesting, and they chose it on their own. So very proud of them. Please.
Good evening. My name is Tatiana, and I'm here to receive some skills for improving my communication.
Okay, perfect. You're in the right place.
Hello, my name is Anastasia. I'm a lecturer in university, so speak in public, it's part of my job. I'm working 3 years already, but sometimes I still have some fear.
Oh, you do?
And you said that you taught leadership, so it's one of skills that I need also.
Can I just ask you, do you recognize when you have fear? What type of public speaking makes you have fear?
My fear usually connected with time limit, because I don't know will I finish that time or it's some free time, and what will I do if it's free time?
I'm scared about that too. It's funny because a lot of people who are used to public speaking, they all of a sudden get very nervous if the topic is something that they're not very familiar with. But I understand that time thing too. Having too much time is terrifying sometimes. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Marina, and sorry, can I talk in Ukrainian?
Of course you may. Yeah. Okay, I'm ready.
Мене звати Марина, і я прийшла сюди побороти свій страх, як і всі тут, перед публічними виступами, тому що для мене це, мабуть, найбільший страх – публічні виступи, і я сподіваюся сьогодні щось з ним зробити.
Okay, that's excellent. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Katerina, and I think I don't have fear because I have a lot of I dedicate a lot of my time to public speaking, to lectures. I am teacher in university, so
great.
And I'm a lawyer, so I have a lot of experience with this. But today I want to get some skills for political career.
Okay. Ooh. Well, you two, I want to talk to you after. Okay. And can you pass the microphone back to these guys? And you might have missed, the question is, what is your name? And what do you hope to learn today?
Hello, my name is Svetlana. I will speak Ukrainian.
Okay, yeah.
Я не маю страху перед публічними виступами, але мені б цікаво було дізнатися, як підвищити довіру до моїх виступів як до жінки, тому що сприйняття жінки у нашому суспільстві, у діловому суспільстві, де більшого, воно трохи занижче, ніж чоловіків.
Yes. Yes, so your colleague right here in the back, she said the same thing. Yes.
Hi, I'm Tanya. I'm a colleague of Svetlana. I don't think that I have much fear of public speaking, but I have the same problem actually because we're working with clients and they are mostly politicians, so we need to present our own qualities and the qualities of our company and these things, and sometimes it's hard because we are girls and so people
they don't take you seriously.
Have less trust to us.
Yeah, I mean, so the women who I work with are, I mean, some of them are probably your age, but a lot of them are younger, and it's even bigger problem for them. And when women get into politics, it's hard, but when young women get into politics, it's even harder because you don't look like the people who are in office, and it's difficult to persuade people to listen to you. So I think we just did a workshop like this and we didn't have nearly enough time, so I'm gonna jump right into things. So what I tell the students is you want to establish yourself as somebody who is credible, who people are going to listen to because you know what you're talking about. And the best way to do that is for each of you to have one issue that you are very passionate about. I mean, and especially for the women who've said that you're thinking that maybe you would want to run for office, I mean, you probably have 20 issues that you care about. But to the extent that you can narrow your issues down to one thing that you really, really care about, it's going to help you especially as a young person to gain credibility. So let me tell you, so one of my students, she's Muslim and she wears a hijab, and her whole platform is violence, Islamophobia, and she has started a nonprofit to train girls in self-defense so they can protect themselves, because as Muslim women, they face a lot of violence. So This woman, Rana, she probably cares about a lot of other things, but now everybody knows her for this one issue. So it's Rana and self-defense. For me, everybody knows me as Susannah and young women in politics. I mean, everybody. If anybody in my home city of Washington, D.C. is doing something on young women in politics, if it's a reporter, they're looking for speakers on a panel or people to talk to a class on young women in politics, I'm the person who they call. You want to be experts in one thing. But you can't you have to have some personal link and expertise in what you choose. Rana, the student who I spoke about before, the Muslim woman, she had been attacked and had her headscarf pulled off on the street. And that's her story. And so that's the reason she started her NGO to help other Muslim women. You all need a story like that. You need to think about what you care about the most and then have a story about why. Because especially when you run for office, people are going to ask you, why do you want to run for office? What's your story? What's your reason? And you need to have a really good answer. And, likewise for you all in the back who were talking so much about credibility, if you know one thing really, really well, you are the person who knows that thing and people will come to you for it. So here's what we're going to do today. I'm trying to think. Okay, you know what we're going to do first? So before we do an exercise with you all, I want you to be thinking about what is your one issue, because we're going to work on one issue for each of you all in a few minutes. Okay, so be thinking of that. And then I think, in one sec, so I think I'll show you a quick video that comes from Running Start, because we do a contest every year. Students have to give speeches, and then we choose the very best person to perform at our big gala event. And we have a video of this young woman, Jessica, and her speech is, I think it's 2 minutes long. So it's not a very long speech. And it's short, but it's so powerful. And so that's what we're going to work on today, is taking your issues and turning them into a short, powerful speech where people are going to remember you. They are going to look at you and they're going to remember the words you said. They're going to remember what your topic is, and they're going to want to help you because you have this short, powerful speech that defines you. So, yes, Sasha, do you mind showing that video? And I'll move. And I hope this translates well to you guys. I think it will.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jessica Gottsleben, and I am a proud alum of the Elector program and the Running Start Star Fellowship in D.C., and I aspire to be a congresswoman. I want you all to remember the first time someone identified you as different because you were a girl, because you were a person of color, or because of your identity or your background. For me, that happened when I was the math team captain leading a team of boys, and apparently that was odd. When I was growing up, I was known as coming from the poor neighborhood within my county in South Florida, and I was always redistricted and reassigned to my schools. The students in my elementary school couldn't afford jackets during the winter. We didn't have enough books, and our school food could literally stick to the walls. That was the day that I decided to run for student council president, to work with the mayor and stand up for those who couldn't. I started saving up birthday card money from family so that I could use it as campaign resources. I won that 5th grade election, and every election, every year in school from that point forward until I ran for student body president at the second largest university in the country with 60,000 students. I was 1 in 4 women to run in the history of the school, and I lost. And I take that as a victory, because not only did I show that anyone can run, we redid the election statutes to include funding and better qualifications and looks for women, how we look at them, how they can run. We now have 51% women leading in that student government association. Now you all keep telling me that I'm extraordinary. My family keeps telling me that I'm extraordinary, and let me tell you, I don't feel extraordinary, and I do not want to be shocking for standing here giving this speech, for being a leader and being a woman in politics, because that should be the norm. As a survivor of gender-based violence and discrimination, the most hurtful part is hearing someone say that they're not shocked, that it is expected, because look at where I came from, look at the neighborhood I live in. I'm curvy, and most importantly, I'm a girl. I refuse to live in a society in which my future daughter and your future daughters will be told they are more expected to be raped, discriminated against, and overlooked than they are to go to college, become leaders, and run for elected office. What I would have given to have had the Susannah Wellfords, Lucinda Borges, and me's of the world to show that we can do it. It's not just my dad telling me I'm going to be the president of the United States, but a Running Start organization saying that I have the foundation to do so. We need to stop allowing feminism to be a dirty word. We can't let politician be a dirty word, and we need to start telling young girls that they are princesses, queens, and politicians the moment they decide to stand up for their community. That crown is placed on their head. It is not tangible or based on what they have, and it will not be removed as long as they continue not to be silent and to be leaders. Hashtag I look like a politician stands for diversity, breaking the barriers, beating the odds, reclaiming your identity, and showing that you will fight like a girl, run like a girl, and win like a girl. Please elect me. Please elect me the ambassador of Running Start so that I can show young girls that no matter where you come from, what you look like, your sexual orientation, your skin color, or your identity, that someone like me looks like a politician and they will declare hashtag I look like a politician. Thank you.
Okay, so that's an example of one of our alums. And when she first came to Running Start, she, her speech was not great. And but that's the sort of speech I would like for you guys to give, something that is emotional, something where you talk about how you're going to solve problems, and that moves you, that makes you feel something. I mean, I know her, so I really feel that, but I hope that you all did too. So here's what I want us to do. I want you all to take this sheet, and you're not going to have time to fill it out. You're going to fill out a little bit of it, but take this sheet and start writing down, choose one issue, and start putting notes on this paper that are going to help you think about that issue. And for me, leadership is not about being a powerful person. It's not about being the most powerful person in the room. What it really should be about is solving problems. So I want all of you all, as you do this exercise today, to think of yourselves as problem solvers. What problem are you going to solve that's going to make other people's life better? So that's your prompt. And yes, here you go. Here you go. Whoop, I gotta get more. Whoops, there you are. Okay, hold on one second. So yeah, you all can start filling that out. And there's for you. And as you fill this out, I want you all to be thinking about, hold on one sec. Whatever your problem is, I want you to be thinking about what your personal tie to the problem is. So Jessica talks about how she grew up and nobody took her seriously. Or she talked about, winning elections but then losing. I mean, she had personal stories to illustrate what she was talking about. What's your personal story? People love stories. And even though when you're trying to establish your credibility, when you're trying to be powerful and somebody who people are going to listen to, you might think you need to be very serious and stick to the facts. So really, what really gets people to start looking at you is when you connect with them. And one of the best ways to connect with them is to tell a story. So think of what your stories are. And I'll give you all maybe 5 minutes to write notes. Only you will see this, so write in whatever language you want. And it doesn't need to be perfect. And then we will discuss.
The question is there to be a world problem?
No. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for asking that. This can be the tiniest problem. It can be that It can be something about your students. So we had a teacher the other day say that he had to teach too many classes and the hours were too long. It can be that the garbage is not picked up the way you would like the garbage to be picked up, or it can be a really big issue. You decide how big the issue is. I mean, my issue is getting young women into politics. It's pretty big, but a lot of people, they have a very narrow issue. It can be whatever you want, as small as you want, but think of what your personal story is. And, whoops. Oh. Can I give you, I just was going to give you a, oh wait, you have that one, but then, yeah, but then, okay, and then this part, you can just cross that out, or you don't have to say that part, because they don't need, oops, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was just giving her the thing so she had it. Okay. Thinking, so how long do we have? Do you know what time it ends?
Usually we end like 8:30, so we can go a bit longer.
No, that's okay. That's fine. Okay, yeah.
You see the guards here?
Yeah.
Then it's the time.
Okay. Okay, good. No, that's fine. Okay, so I'm a little worried about time. I want us to have enough time to do the exercise as well. So are people at least written down, has everybody chosen an issue? Except for you. Okay, I'll give you a couple more minutes. Or actually, have most people chosen an issue? Yeah? Okay, we'll go, you'll be last. Okay, so I would like to have one volunteer to share their issue, please. Okay. Yes, you can. Okay, and here's what I want you to do. I want you to make it as short as possible, but still powerful. And then we'll do more. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Will I get the microphone?
Oh yeah, you totally get the microphone, but where is the microphone?
Or is it audible?
Oh yeah. No, we need to always use the microphone, and I forgot. Thank you. Okay.
Well, as a role model, I'm defining myself as a candidate running for the presidency, all right? And my issue concerns itself with the xenophobia, all right? Or any sort of any sort of stuff that is related to it, that can be anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, or the xenophobia that is now a recurrent theme in the American society.
Yeah.
Well, one of the outstanding problem that facing our society is at the moment is xenophobia. And then it is not only impacting the immigrants and the members of the multicultural society, but also the host culture. So why do I really care about it? Why not the financial situations, not the global political crisis, or the environmental issues? I do believe that in a society where there is no coexistence and where there is no fraternity, which comes from the French Revolution, we cannot talk about prosperity and stability. And I do care about it because me, myself, as an immigrant to America with the old family that came from Italy in the 19th century, I want to create a smooth society where everybody is involved, integrated, and respected.
Cool. Okay, sorry.
And my solutions to this problem is to control the media. Let it be from the neoliberal side or the conservative side. To hinder the mounting extent of disinformation and the misinformation. Because I am of the opinion that once you take over the media, that is washing the brain of people then you can sort out many, many, many issues. To provide the coexistence, I will start such activities like the interfaith dialogues and the support for the multicultural organizations, and we will provide the involvement and the support of the communities that are subjugated.
If you have one more sentence, you can do one more sentence.
How I'm going to implement these solutions? Well, I need your power and I need your contributions.
Okay. Thank you so much for volunteering. I really appreciate it. Now, this is a quiz for you all. So, what do you remember about what he said? What was he talking about? Like, just really briefly, like, yeah, what, yeah.
Okay, he talked about xenophobia.
Okay, xenophobia. Did everybody hear that word, xenophobia? Okay, you didn't hear it, but you heard it. I heard it too. Okay, yeah.
And he interesting in this because contracting of xenophobia will connect it, or will connect it the world, and it will be more safe and for society. And the last, he need our helping and our acting for implementing this. And he will work with NGO and something else I didn't get.
That was really good. Can somebody else tell me something that they heard? What do you remember from what he said?
Control the media.
Oh, here. Can you say it again? Oh, yeah.
He was talking about controlling the media from liberal or conservative sides.
Okay, that's perfect. I remember that. Anybody else? One more thing. Did you guys remember? So I don't need this though, do I? So my point is that that was great. You were very concise. You knew what you were talking about, but you guys heard different things, and a lot of people in the room, they might have loved what you said, but they can't tell you what you said. And so we want to get all of you in the room to be able to say something that is so memorable that everybody in the room is like, oh, he said, whatever, like power to the people, whatever it is, like to have some phrase that everybody is going to remember. And one of the ways that you do that is you repeat. You have one thing that's the most important. And frankly, I think xenophobia probably is critical to everything that you said. And repeat it, figure out what that is, and then repeat it again and again so that people do not miss your message. Did anybody notice that he told a personal story about why he cared? What's his personal link to this problem? Okay. Okay, well, I heard your personal story, which is that your family had immigrated to America, and so you'd face this.
Let me tell you, because I
from
had
Italy.
very personal experience.
Yeah.
And suffered from the subjugation, so I want to challenge and root out the discrimination.
Oh, wait, I forgot.
No,
okay, here. You take that, and here's the...
Well, this is a made-up role play,
Okay. Wait, you were just role-playing? Wait, he's not
I
even
just made
telling
it
the
up.
truth? Okay, wait, here.
No, it's okay.
You can have it. Okay.
I'm Turkish, by the way.
Okay. All right. So here is what I want us to do. He has a great issue, but not all of us remembered his points. So I want to work with all of you all to take your message and put it into a much smaller, a mini speech. And do you all know the elevator speech? Has everybody done elevator speeches before? Has anybody done them? Does anybody know what it is? What is it? Tell.
when you are in elevator,
Yeah.
for example, you have just 30 seconds and you should tell what's mission of your organization. Or something
Yeah.
like that.
Okay. Who would you most like to be in an elevator with? Who would be the most helpful person that you could meet in that elevator?
Potential recruiter, or I don't know.
Okay. Does anybody else have somebody that they would just love to meet in an elevator? Okay. Well, so Oprah Winfrey, does everybody know Oprah? Okay. I love her, and she has lots of money, and she gives it to good causes. So my dream is that one day I'm going to walk into an elevator, and Oprah Winfrey's going to be there, and she's going to look at me, and I'm going to have 30 seconds to ride in that elevator with her to tell her all about Running Start and why she needs to give me money. Okay? That is my dream. And I will not have time to give as long a speech as what you just did because I'm just going up in this elevator with her. Okay, so at Running Start, we make everybody do the elevator speech. And it is really painful because you have lots of messages. You've got a lot of stuff that you want to talk about, and this does not allow you to talk about very much. But I'm going to pass this out, and then, let's spend time on this. I'm going to pass this out, and then we're going to do something else before we do this exercise. So here. Actually, can you just pass those around? And then I'll give them to this side too. Okay. So before we do the elevator speech exercise, I have a challenge for you all. So what I want you all to think about is I want you to think about your issue, about the thing that matters most to you. And I want you to, we're going to go around the room. I want you to think of one word, only one word, or maybe 3 words, but like really, really short. What is your issue? So my issue is empowering young women in politics. Okay, that's 5, right? But that's short. Empowering young women in politics is my issue. Your issue, your one word could be xenophobia, right? So can you all think of what is your one word that you want if people don't listen to anything else or remember anything else about what you're talking about, what is the one thing they're going to remember?
Not one word.
Oh, wait, hold on. You need this. 2 words, 3 words?
It will be, I think,
5,
yes.
Okay.
Contracting against gender violence.
Beautiful. In fact, you could just say gender violence because we would understand that you're probably not for gender violence. So yes, okay. Gender violence, that's wonderful. Okay.
I still haven't chose an issue, so.
Okay, but think about what makes you angry. I really think that's a good place to start. What gets you so angry that you talk to your friends about and you're like, can you believe this thing happened? That's often what it is. I mean, I have other issues like gun control. Well, that's a really big one. But it makes me angry that everybody in America has guns and so many people are getting shot. Like I think of those things that you read in the paper and you just get so angry and you wish you could change it. We'll come back to you. Okay? Okay, will you pass the mic?
Healthy lifestyle or just health?
Okay, perfect. Healthy lifestyle is perfect. Okay, great.
Controlling time of kids that they spend near computer.
Oh, so how can you make that even shorter? So, if there's like a term for it, raising kids without digital, without what? Yeah, without computers.
Without addiction.
Yeah, or why don't you say online addiction? Maybe?
Yes, without online addiction.
Okay, yeah, that's perfect. We know you. You're xenophobia. So now he is like, what's your first name?
Sarkan.
Okay, Sarkan, xenophobia, we got you. You're done. Okay.
Yeah, I can say combating neoliberalism.
Okay, can you pass to behind you?
Gender discrimination in advertising.
Okay, good.
Homophobia.
Homophobia? Yes, important.
Дослідження психології
корупції. Hold on. Yeah, now I'm good.
Дослідження психології корупційних відносин. Корупція.
Oh, okay. And you could just say corruption because just to have one word, corruption. Okay, good. I'm glad you brought that up. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, good. Okay. Oh, wait, will you pass to him? Yeah. Okay. And you go second.
What upset me is our television program because they make use of many digital enhanced programs and they present these programs as truly documentary films.
Oh, that's fascinating. Okay, so that's maybe, how would we shorten that into one?
Media fallacy.
Yeah, media fallacy. Beautiful. Okay, media.
There is another word.
Or deception, media deception.
Fake.
Disinformation. Misinformation.
Yeah. Oh, and will you pass behind you first? Okay.
So, professional equality and development.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's great.
Gender inclusive design in architecture and urban planning.
Oh, I can't wait to hear your speech. That's so great. Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Oh, yeah.
Forced marriage. Can I say
God.
that?
Yes, forced marriage.
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
Our students are future of Ukraine. To
Oh.
change one student to change Ukraine.
Okay. I mean, that's perfect. Can you think of how to say it? Changing one student, changing students who are the future of Ukraine? Yeah. Okay, that's good. Good.
Fighting against serious diseases.
Wait, against what?
Fighting against serious diseases.
Oh, yeah, okay. You could say combating diseases because it's shorter, but yes, that's great. Yeah.
Self-education.
Self-education. Oh, great. Okay.
Personal realization.
That's so good. Okay.
Lack of cultural and language integrity at the universities.
Okay, how do you, I understand that, but how do you...
Foreign language universities.
How do you make that shorter?
5 words.
Maintaining integrity of language?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So you may not want to be known as the forced marriage woman. Do you understand what I mean? Like you may not want, but it's so helpful. And for today, we're going to say everybody has, this word is going to define you. And well, we won't play a game, and I'm not going to go around and see if you all remember each other's, but I do think it's much easier sometimes to remember another person's word than it is to remember a whole speech and what it was about. And so remember what that one word is, or that phrase, and in this exercise we're about to do, I want you to find ways to definitely say it more than one time. 3 times would be great if you can actually say that word, so that people, if they know nothing else, they know that one word. And when somebody has a question about forced marriage, they'll know to come talk to you about it because you know about it. So that's great. Okay, so like I said, nobody likes this exercise because it is very difficult to do well. And yet, if you master it, which I really think you all can do pretty easily, is this will be your calling card when you network. So when you're networking and you go up to somebody and they're like, so what do you do? Or what are you interested in? And you can say, oh my gosh, I just forgot your issue, which was about the future of students. Right. So you will tell them, I'm all about, the future of students and the future of Ukraine. And you will have a great speech and they'll walk away and they'll think, I just talked to this interesting woman about the future of Ukrainian students. That's what you want. Okay. All right, let me walk you through this. Okay. First, I'm going to make you do something that you may not love. So I think you have to stand on stage because standing on stage is intimidating. And this is you guys like each other, right? Everybody feels comfortable. You don't know each other probably yet, but you're getting to know each other. And this is a very friendly group. So it's good to practice something difficult with a friendly group. This light shines right in your eyes and you're higher than everybody else. It's not very comfortable. So, I mean, I know several of you have done public speaking before, but for those of you that haven't, it's good practice to be in a real life situation, looking out at a crowd. Okay, so I'm going to make you stand up here and start with your first name and your last name. So I want not just your first name, but your surname as well. The rest of this is, I don't care what you're running for unless you who've expressed an interest in politics want to talk about what you're running for, you can do that. But for the rest of you, you can cross out the rest, you can cross that out. What is your issue? We've already talked about this a little bit. Okay, then my favorite box on this entire thing is tell me a personal story about your issue. So Sarkhan, was saying, and he made it up, but he was saying, my family immigrated from Italy to the United States, and that's why I care about this issue, right? Okay, a personal story. Why are you the expert in forced marriage, in professional development, in, oh gosh, well, we didn't do you. Oh my gosh, I have to come back around to you. Okay, in corruption. Like, why are you the person we should think about? I'm looking back behind you for corruption, yeah. So I'll give you 1 second when I finish this. And then the next box is equally important. The next box says, that's great, I'm happy to understand why you care about it, but why should I care about it? You need to be thinking, and when you stand up on that stage, you can tell me who the audience is. Maybe it's Oprah Winfrey, maybe it's, not Oprah Winfrey, it's somebody who has more relevance here. But you need to figure out how you are going to appeal to your audience, so you're going to have credibility with your audience. Okay? And maybe it's somebody, for you guys, maybe it's somebody at work, and you are talking to that person, and you want to make sure that you figure out what is going to appeal to them, what's going to make you connect with them. Okay, and then, of course, the last part is, what are you going to do about your issue? It's not great just to complain. There's corruption. It's terrible. But tell me, what is the small thing or the big thing that you can do to help that issue get solved? You don't have to solve these issues. You just have to show that you are a problem solver. You're somebody who is going to make a difference. Okay, oh gosh, we're taking so much time. And then the last thing, this is old, so cross out vote for me, and instead tell us how we can help you. So people talk to me all the time, and they give these great speeches about what they care about, and then at the end they just stand there. I'm like, wait, what do you want from me? Don't you want some help? Like, isn't there something I can do for you? Ask the audience for help. Okay, so I will give you guys not very much time. I'll give you 5 minutes again. You don't have to have complete sentences. You don't have to be eloquent, just enough notes so that you'll be able to speak. And then we'll take turns speaking.
What are you running for?
Oh yeah, don't just forget that. Yeah, cross that out. You could make something up. You could pretend like he did. You could make something up if you wanted to. Yeah, and you can come join. You can come sit up there. Okay. Do you want these? Okay. Yeah. Okay, you all almost done? Almost. And maybe I should have said this before, but if you're more comfortable writing and even speaking in your native language, then of course that's fine. So it says at the top that you will have 60 seconds, which is not long, but you don't. That's a lie. So you only have half of that because this is an old sheet and we used to do a minute and we think 30 seconds is, that's more realistic. So 30 seconds. And let me just, while you all are finishing up, let me just tell you a couple of things. So what I would like is for everybody to come take the stage. If you don't want to, that's totally fine, but I'd love for all of you all to do it. And just a few tips about how to speak is, one thing is body language is important. If you're like, I don't know, if you look really casual or you're playing with your hair or it's not good, like you need to plant your feet. When you're giving a speech like this, if you're talking for a while, it's great to walk around. Walking around is fine, but don't fidget if you're standing still, okay? So stand still, and then it seems so silly, but your hands, having your hands open like this is great because your body is open to the audience. If you're like this or like this, like it's just really not good. So to the extent that you all can show that you're open by keeping your hands like this, it's great. It's great. It can feel unnatural, but if you gesture, it's okay. And if you are nervous and you think people are going to be able to tell that you're nervous, sometimes what I'll do is I will say, I apologize, but I'm really nervous, but I've got important things to tell you. And then the audience will feel sympathy with you. So it's good that way. Okay, so here's how we're going to do it. So I would like to get somebody to volunteer to keep time. Oh, well, good. Oh, I know what you're volunteering for, and I hear you, and that's great. Who would like to just keep time so that we can keep people on track? Does anybody have, you can do it? Okay. Okay, and so what I'd like for you to do is when people get to 30 seconds, put your hand way up so they can see that their time is up, but let them keep going. But when they get to a minute, like stand up and be like, you're done. You're done. Okay. Yes. Okay. And once the person has spoken, be really listening. And I'd like for you all to give feedback about what they did well, what they could improve, what you liked, because it's important for people to sort of understand how people are seeing them. Any questions before we start? Okay, and you're it. Yes, that is so great. I'm so happy you volunteered. Can you find the mic? There's one. Yeah. No, no, we're definitely not turning that off because it's terrible. And it also doesn't look very good on your face because you get America House, but I don't know.
Media spot, yeah.
It's a media spotlight. Yes. So would you take your place on stage and then, sorry, what is your name again? Okay. Could you tell her when it is, can you tell her when you're ready to begin?
Just give me just a few seconds. I will.
Okay. You're just looking stuff over. Okay. And again, if you are more comfortable speaking in Russian or Ukraine, that's fine. Ukrainian.
So I'm ready, thank you. So my name is Svetlana Golubchik, and I would like to tell you my point of view about the professional equality and development. I grew up in business sphere for the 12 years from the junior position, and currently I face the problem of non-equal estimation for the males and females. For some reason, for traditionally, men are more preferable employees than women. Women have to choose between. This is it? Really?
No. Wait, no. Is that the whole thing? Is that 30? Oh, that's just 30. So that's good. Okay, you can keep going until a minute. She'll stand up and make you get off the stage if you go over. But okay, so start where you are. Can you start where you just left off? And
okay.
Yeah, you got 30 whole seconds.
So ladies have to choose between the family and the professional career. Therefore, they currently have less opportunities to grow up. So what I would like to tell is it's very important to promote the equality in business, to develop female-oriented education programs which for the ladies professional, which will allow them to grow up on their level which they already achieved, so they will not need to choose between their further development and between their family. So how can you help me just to think about it and to promote it within your business, within your family, and so people just think about it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. And we stay on stage. Okay, I thought you did a great job. Thank you for being first, too, because it's hard to be first. So tell me what you liked about what she said, what she did well.
It sounded sincere.
Yeah, it did, right? You could tell she really cares about this. Yeah? Did you have something?
She smiled.
Yeah, smiling is so important. If you're talking about a terrible issue, like when you're talking about corruption, it's a little hard to smile. It really is. You're talking about a very serious issue, but smiling is good. It helps you connect. Okay, what else is good?
She was confident.
Yeah, you looked really confident. What do you remember about what she was talking about? Are there phrases that stand out or words that stand out about what she said?
Need to treat men and women the same in business, like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes.
That women are forced to choose between family and the career.
Yeah. Oh, I heard that loud and clear too. Any other points?
Overall, the sexism in the end, the opportunities for the women, the subordination of women in the workplace.
Yep. Yep. So that's great. So did they get your message?
Exactly.
Perfectly. Okay. So you went a little bit over a minute. So what I encourage you to do is look at that speech and figure out what you don't need to say. Cross out words that are repetitive, that you don't need to, where you don't need to use as many words. Okay?
Currently, I have to do this.
Well, you don't have to do it right this second, but that's your homework. Okay? Okay. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Okay. And can you pass the mic to somebody else? You might have to go down and Mm-hmm. Who would like to go next? Oh, good. Okay.
I will speak Ukrainian, sorry.
Oh, yeah. No, that's good. I'll put it on. Hold on.
Так, я готова. Привіт, мене звати Юлія Ніколайчук. Я вірю в студентів. Я вірю, що змінюючи життя одного студента, ми змінимо країну. І одного разу, коли я була студенткою, повірили в мене. І тому нам потрібно, і ми всі хочемо змінити країну, нам потрібні нове покоління, ми хочемо зростити професіоналів майбутнього. Для цього я пропоную, перше, щоб бізнес почав спілкуватися з університетом і вкладати в освіту. Друге, щоб ті, які вже була рука, да? Ті, які ствердилися в професії, обрали одного студента і вкладали, наставляли його. Тому що змінюючи одного студента, ми змінимо країну.
Oh, okay. Wow, that was so good. Did everybody clap? Okay. All right. What did she say like 3 times? What was her catchphrase?
If we will change one student, we'll change Ukraine.
Right? Are we not? We're never going to forget that. Change one student, change the country. Awesome. Okay, what else did she do well?
Personal experience.
Yes, I thought so too. Somebody believed in you. Oh my gosh, that's so gold. No, but that's really good because it shows you know personally you're an expert in this. What else? It was very short, right? How many minutes or seconds? 53. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's hard to think what she would cut from that, I think, but maybe see if there are any ways you can condense it. But excellent. Thank you so much. And what office are you going to run for when you run for political office?
What kind of office?
Yeah. Are you going to run for president of Ukraine, like somebody else said, or are you going to run for? Okay. Okay, perfect. All right. Who is next? Oh, good. Yeah, you should follow. Yeah. Do you two know each other?
No.
Can you please, by the end of the night, I want you to exchange information because you should be each other's support group because you both said a similar thing. So, okay, go ahead. And tell her when you're ready. Or maybe she's ready. She looks like she's pretty professional at this point. Okay.
Yes, I'm. Hello, everyone. My name is Katerina Alexeyeva, and I want to talk about gender violence. When I was a little younger than now, I faced with sexual harassment. And now I want to change situation in Ukraine. We have some statistics. Since January of 2017, we have 75,000 appeals to police which connected with domestic violence. And now we need to improve in Istanbul conventions. And unfortunately, our MP don't want to do it. And I ask you to push your MP to vote for this convention. Thank you.
Thank you. That was great. No. You got to come back up. Sorry. Okay. What did she do well? What did you like about this?
It was very emotional.
Yes. And is that good or is that weak? Huh? Why? Because it's honest. Because you connect. Yes. I mean, I think all of us. It's funny. I think it made me at least just like really pay attention because I knew whatever she was saying, it was going to be important. Okay. What else?
The personal experience, which reflects the reality
and
an outstanding problem of the community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that was the words, like dictated by a woman, whose sufferings and struggle and trial and tribulations, like it is something solid,
Yeah.
That is something like a deceitful promise made by these deceitful politicians.
Yeah. She is an expert. She doesn't want to be an expert, but you're an expert, and therefore you can really inform about the problem. What else? Body language? Anything else?
I would cut statistic because it's kind of like...
Really?
Yeah, because I think nobody really pay attention to statistics because like I think personal is more it's like take your attention, but like numbers, at least that's my own thing. Like I cannot imagine. Like for me, it's difficult to when you hear numbers, it's kind of like I don't know. In Russian, you would say like sukhaya statistika, but I don't like kind of like dry. Numbers, and that's it. Like.
So what do you all think about that? Because I perked up my ears when you said that because, that's ridiculously high number. I mean, I kind of think that for some people, they need a number to really prove that the problem is real. And probably for other people, it was your personal story. Yeah. That's all they need to know, is that you suffered this and they like you, and so we better change this. But what do you all think about numbers?
Girls needs emotions and men's needs...
That is exactly what I think. I really think that is exactly it. And I don't know if the men agree with this, but yes, I think that's why it's good to have both. I think men need emotions too, and women need statistics too, but yes, I understand your point. Thank you very much. Okay.
Very informative about the Istanbul Convention. Yeah, you said Istanbul Convention,
Yes.
Yeah. Which is, like a beautiful knowledge for the audience.
Yeah.
Because Istanbul Conventions, they were aiming at the betterment of the woman rights and stuff.
Yes,
this.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this convention connected with contractive against gender violence.
Gender violence.
Yes, and domestic violence.
In Turkey as well.
But this is so great because this is what is supposed to happen. She said it, but she didn't explain it, right? And so you want to be interesting enough that people are going to say, wait, what is this whole thing about the Turkish convention? And so he's following up with something that you said. You don't have to explain everything. You give the audience enough so that they want to ask you questions. That was great. Okay, who is next? Next. Oh, good.
Hello, everyone. I'm a bit nervous, but today I would like to talk about quite important issue which is faced by every student. As a first-year student at the best university of the country, Taras Shevchenko University, we still meet with lack of cultural and language integrity to the language which we study. And throughout 4 years, I've been looking for different opportunities to practice. And I would like to other students have such kind of practices. And my solution for this problem is to allocate time at the universities for practice for students and help them to find internships at the cultural centers and embassies. So please help me to widespread these information, these ideas, and because small things matters.
Excellent. Okay, so what worked? What was good? Yeah, I thought the small things matter. That's a great way to end it because you're saying, this might not be solving world hunger, but this is really important. Small things matter. Okay, what else?
Was coherent.
Yeah.
Well established in the terms of the structure and subjects.
Mm-hmm. Did you like that she said that she was nervous? You don't look nervous at all, does she? No, not at all. I mean, yeah, you look really confident. What about the substance of what she said? Anything else about that? So I would have liked a little bit more about why you care about it, because you did talk about it, but in general terms, if you could talk about it more, use more specific terms, why this affects you, tell a story about it. Oh, I know, but you can, if you try, you can figure out how to tell a mini story that will illustrate. Okay, so think about that. Okay, thank you so much. Excellent. Yeah, come on. Yeah, so we have to end at exactly 8:30, and that's 20 minutes from now, but that's really fast. So I want to make sure we get as many people as possible. Oh, Thank you. Oh, I'm so glad because I love your issue. Okay. Oops, can you get through here? Can you hop up? Yeah. Okay. Oh, wait.
Здравствуйте, меня зовут Елена Болычева. Я хочу поднять тему психологии коррупции, потому что акцент на том, что коррупционные отношения устанавливаются людьми, то есть мы их создаем. Да? И мне кажется, что с этой позиции эта тема и это явление еще не было достаточно исследовано, и поэтому, если уделить этому внимание, то мы можем, в общем-то, понимать об механизмах, о принципах, и нам становится возможным в большей степени этим управлять. Вот. Я являюсь экспертом в области психологии, то есть исследователем, преподавателем. Вот, естественно, что в образовательной сфере работала, мы все сталкивались с этим на протяжении моей уже такой длительной жизни в Советском Союзе. То есть, мне кажется, истоки оттуда. Вот. И что я могу сделать? В общем-то, могу привлечь человеческие ресурсы и начать говорить об этом. И это я уже делаю, создав группу в Фейсбуке. Спасибо за внимание.
Oh, okay. Just end by telling us what you want from us. You set up a group. Do you want us to join your group?
Да, есть группа в Фейсбуке, да, психология коррупции. Присоединяйтесь.
Join. Okay. All right. Okay. So perfect. Okay. Oh no, stay there. Stay there. So one thing that we didn't talk about is she has worked in this field for a long time, and so her personal story is, I am a psychologist. I'm an expert, but you have educational credentials to say, this is my field, this is what I do. And then people are like, oh, she knows. So in this case, she doesn't need a personal story so much because you're further along in your career. You are an expert. Okay, what else did you like? What worked? Yeah. And were there ways that she talked about it that you remember that are impactful?
Yeah, I like that she said.
No, you can.
She said that it's about people.
Oh.
Relationships.
Oh yeah. Okay. Could you pass the microphone? Who's got the extra mic? Oh yeah. Can you pass it to her? Yeah. Yeah.
I like that you said it's about people that we create this relationship. This that was very, because I was like, okay, I've never thought about it that way. I don't know, that was strong.
That's great. You're making people think about the topic in a new way. That's awesome. Anything else? Any other thoughts? So my other thought is make it shorter, because I think it was over a minute.
Yeah.
But I love your ask. Join my Facebook group. Okay, that's easy. We can all do that, okay? So yeah, that was great. Thank you. Okay, I'll take, do you want to give it to somebody else? Okay, who's next? We only have 15 minutes. It's not very long.
I changed my topic, by the way.
Well, and maybe now it's real. Just kidding. Who would like to go? And if you're good, thank you. Okay.
It's some challenge for me to make it in English. But
Oh, good. Okay, do it. We like to challenge you.
Hello, my name is Anastasia. I want to make your attention to health and healthy lifestyle. From childhood, I'm involved in sport and then choose sport university. I'm learning physical rehabilitation, but now I'm a teacher in fitness department, and I teach how to be healthy. And I find one problem, that fitness is not connected with health now. And it's really a problem because we don't speak that we have health people, but mostly health people.
Mm-hmm.
And 97% of pupils in schools has some diseases. So if you want to be healthy, find a good specialist. And I'm against coaches without education. So I wish all of you to be healthy.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so what was good? What worked? Healthy, 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 right? And what are we supposed to do to be healthy?
To find experts.
Yeah. Yeah. And how was her confidence and her style? Yeah, it was really good. Yeah. And she looked very relaxed. You're very relaxed. And anything you would want for her to improve? Oh, she wasn't smiling? Because I was watching her from the side. Okay, smile. Smile. Yes, there you go. Okay.
To have Adidas cap.
Oh. You have to dress the part, apparently. Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, who else would like to go? I think we have time for maybe 3 more people, and then I want to follow up. Yes, you absolutely can. But let me see if I can get one person who hasn't had a chance to speak.
Hello to everybody. I'm Victoria Levchuk. Sorry for my being nervous. It's the first time I speak in public. The main issues that disturbs me greatly is illnesses, especially if it regards to children. Unfortunately, in our country, it's not so frequently discussed. The point is that my grandfather passed away from cancer a few months ago. So I've been thinking about this issue for a long time. As for a solution, I suppose that people who are suffering from these illnesses must or even need to get some support from our authority, and some recovery centers should be created to help these people. I would like you to spread these ideas.
Oh, good. Great ending. And sometimes you can say, I'd like for you to spread these ideas on Facebook I loved that you said, gave us a really concrete way. Sometimes you have to tell people how exactly. Yeah, hashtag is really good. Right, exactly. Or find me on Twitter. And you all should, when you're advocating, have a Twitter account. I hate Twitter, but I have to do it because people that is a great place for advocacy. So, all right, what did she do well? Yeah, it was a really good topic. What else? Can you use the mic? Sorry, she should do it.
She shared a deeply personal story, very emotional, so it touches. It's a touch.
Yeah, and it showed that you had experience. You'd actually seen this, and that's why you're thinking about it. What else?
It's good. She said, "My point is."
Yeah.
It's very important to put this on the floor.
And I like too that you had the paper, but I could tell you didn't want to look at it because you were nervous and it was shaking, right? But I think you'd do better often if you don't rely on the paper because you know it. This is your issue. So I thought that was really good. Next time, just leave the paper because it's easier to control your nervousness too if you don't have to hold a piece of paper. It's hard. But you did a really good job. You're very self-possessed. Should she have smiled more?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, maybe. But then it's an emotional topic. But in the end, it does make people. Right. We've said this a million times. It makes people connect with you. Okay. So I think we have time for one more. If there's somebody who hasn't spoken, I would love to hear from you. Otherwise, I think I have another volunteer. Okay. Yeah. Come on up.
Should I start? Hello, everyone. I'm a female architect, so I know pretty well about women life and architecture profession. And I'd like to sorry.
That's okay.
My topic is gender inclusive design. The thing is that everyone wants to
No, it's okay because you started over. She started over, so we'll give you more time. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Gender inclusive design. Yes.
Gender inclusive design. I guess everyone wants to go to walk home safely. Everyone hates queues in the public toilets. Everyone wants to have their small kids around and not to be ashamed or something. Have comfort around and to be accepted by the public and your friends. My point is to be very active as a civil society and to take part in architectural and urban design whenever it happens, to share your views, share your opinions, and to push the professionals to pay attention to your views and just be active and be a bit critical about the public space you have around. Be picky.
Okay, that's okay. Thank you. That's a great ending. So that's an interesting ask too. So she's not asking us to like her Facebook page or to write to her her member of parliament. You're just saying, I want you to view the world in a different way, and that's beautiful. I mean, that's just as important. So, okay, what else do we like about this? What could she improve?
Social responsibility. This is a very important topic, and this is the main story about her speech. And this is very clear, and several times, and it's something to remember.
Yes, exactly. I totally agree. What else? Anything else?
She did smile a lot.
I know she did, right? She was really engaging. And you rock a little bit. I do this too. So if you can try to just plant your feet like they're nailed to the floor, then it helps give you more authority. But you're just, because you smile, you look like somebody we want to talk to and we want to know. And so that's really good. That's really good. Okay, well, thank you so much. So you can give it to her because, okay. Okay, so we do not have time to listen to everybody, although I really want to listen to everybody. So let me tell you what we need to do, and we'll see how much time we have. We don't have time to do this exercise, but I'm going to give it to you because it's not enough to have a great speech. You need a great speech, and then you need to sell your speech to everybody you know. So when I go get my toenails painted at the beauty salon, I talk to the person next to me about Running Start. When I'm on a plane, the poor person sitting next to me on the plane has to hear all about Running Start. Everybody who I come in contact with, I talk to them about Running Start. And they don't hate me, they're interested. And that's what I want you all to do. I want you to figure out who your audience is, how you can find broader audiences. And so this sheet, which I'm passing around right now, this is part of your homework. You guys have a lot of homework. There you are. So what it asks you to do is to start figuring out who your network is, who your audience is. And your first audience, when you talk about an issue, it has to be the people most close to you. So when I first started Running Start, the people who I tried out the idea on, my parents, because my parents love me and they are going to be very supportive of me. And then the next people I tried it out on were friends and then colleagues at work. And then you need to start thinking bigger. You need to think, who is there in my city or in my country who would be like the Oprah Winfrey to me? Who is it that could help you the most? And how are you going to get to that person? Because often, especially for young women, we don't think that it's okay to ask for help. And now that I'm not such a young woman, I've realized people really want to help. I mean, I get asked for help a lot because of my job. And instead of feeling like, oh my God, I cannot believe they asked me for help, I always feel flattered. It's always something where I think, wow, they must think I know something and that's why they're asking me. And so please ask people for help and ask the scary people for help, the people you think, they're not going to like me, they're not going to have they're not going to want to help me. Those are the people who you need to ask for help. Okay, so fill out this sheet. on your own time because it really does, it really can be helpful to think about that. The very last question on that sheet is who is not going to be supportive and how are you going to connect with them? How are you going to talk about, we never got to hear your speech about forced marriage, but how are you going to talk about forced marriage to somebody who thinks that forced marriage is a great idea? How do you message? I don't know, but get into their head, which you must know how to do. Think about what would appeal to them, and that's really the game. So fill that out, and then we have way too much other stuff to talk about. But then on the first sheet that I gave you, the issue sheet, it says that you need to find somebody else who connects with you on your issue. So that's why I said that you and you all need to connect, because there's a stereotype about women, which is that women are not as supportive and helpful to each other as men are. Men have the old boys club. You guys are great at networking and helping each other. Women, not so much. So let's stop that right now. And you all, it'd be great if you all could exchange information, and that all of you who came here with problems you want to solve, you could connect and help each other to get where you want to go. So that's really important. Okay, and oh yeah. So for you guys were talking about how you want to be taken seriously as professionals in your work life. So these speeches that we gave today, they're not speeches you're going to give to your colleagues, right? But the more you can feel confident doing something like this, if you can give this speech and feel really, really good at doing it, it does build your confidence. It helps you to understand your power, and that will translate at work too. You will just become a more confident person. It will build your confidence there. And for all of the people who talked about fear and nervousness, practice is the main thing. Make yourself do the hard things like standing on stage, and do it frequently, because the more times you do it, the easier it gets. And then for those times that you are still really, really nervous, you have to give a speech, you really don't want to do it, you know that you're going to be really nervous, I want you to talk to yourself. I want you to have a conversation with yourself that says, I can do this. I absolutely can do this. Nobody in the audience knows that I'm nervous, and I'm going to pretend that I'm a confident person. I've done this so many times. In fact, I like today I feel really relaxed with you guys, but so many times when I do things, I feel like I'm pretending in front of the group, pretending to be confident, but it works. Fake it until you have it. Okay, it's weird advice, but it's really, really true. And I said that. Oh, and then the last thing I was going to say actually had to do with you, and you were talking about having a stammer and how difficult that is. So the other day, when I was speaking to a group, there was a young woman who had a very, very bad stammer, very bad. And we went around the room. It was her turn to speak, and she spoke, and it was difficult for her. But then I asked for a volunteer, and she stood up, and she volunteered to speak again. And I just thought it was so incredibly brave, because it's very, very hard for this woman to speak, but she knew that if she never stands up, she's just going to be silent. I mean, she will not have a voice. So all of you want your voice to be heard. You have important things that you're saying. And so don't let things stand in your way. Don't let fear or a stammer or thinking people won't take you seriously stand in your way. Get up there with authority, even if you're faking it, and good luck. Really. And I wish we had more time. I'm so sorry, and I'm sorry we didn't get to hear yours again. Okay.
I was going to mock Trump.
What?
I was going to mock Trump.
Well, that would have been exciting. I would have liked that. And if anybody wants to get in touch with me, I think I have one more business card, but maybe you could facilitate, like Give America House my info, and I'd be happy to answer questions. Or frankly, if you want to send me your speeches, if you didn't get a chance to stand on stage, I'd love to hear your speeches too. Thank you, guys.